Well, welcome to the first edition of On the Bench in Isolation, and I'm very excited because the first episode comes with a huge name, Jonathan Brown. Mate, thank you for joining me in isolation.
It's an absolute pleasure, Frankie, and any time that we can use your last name to promote the show in a clever way.
Thank you.
On the bench. How good's that? How creative. You can tell you've had time on your hands.
I've been waiting for 33 years for a pandemic just to use the surname as a pun, and here we are. So who would have thought it?
I love it.
But I thought I would catch up with one of the greats, mate, because I know you're a man of the people and you like to be out and about, but being stuck in isolation, how's it been?
It's been unbelievable, mate. I've been doing a bit of painting, a bit of homeschooling, more odd jobs around the house than homeschooling. I lasted the first day there and I palmed that off to my wife, Kylie. So Carl's has been Mrs. Brown has been the teacher. And, I've been the maintenance man who just stays out of the way in the classroom.
Well, I noticed that you've been doing a bit of moving house, which we'll get to in a minute, but with the homeschooling, how has that gone with Kyle's doing that and you just sort of keeping an eye as a principal, perhaps you could call yourself?
That's right. I'm the principal, mate. I'm doing a good job. I'm just running a tight ship, and I've had a couple of appearances at the principal's office, namely Jack Brown, our boy. Jack lasts about 2 seconds in homeschooling, and then he gets sent to the principal's office, which is I just stick a paintbrush in him or put a hammer in his hand, and that's homeschooling at its best.
Well, how would his dad have gone as a homeschooled kid? How do you reckon you would have went?
Well, I'm trying to think of. I look back at my childhood. My dad's a school teacher, but one year we went to Perth. I think I was in about grade 6, and for some reason, we finished the school year, which is obviously December, and then we were moving back to Victoria in May. So Dad goes, don't worry about going to school. So we had 6 months off school and did not do one bit of homeschooling in that 6 months. So if it's good enough for a teacher's son, well, I reckon we can give him a few pass marks on the homeschooling, mate.
Fair enough too. A pluses for the kids at the moment at this point.
Yes, absolutely. Mind you, one of our times tables, trying to teach times tables. You've got to sharpen the brain up again, don't you?
Well, I'm not
a long time since mate, it's been 20 years since I went to school, so just trying to tap into algebra and Pythagoras' theorem and all that sort of crap.
Yes, that's a lot more advanced, that kind of mathematics. I won't lie, though. I was a times table champion in the primary school days. I was on top of the ladder. So if Liv and Jack need a bit of help with the times tables, I'm more than happy to help.
Okay, what's 7 9s?
56. No, 7 8. 7 8. Oh.
It's 63, you idiot.
No, I know that's 63. You've put me on the spot. You got me a beauty. The good thing is I can edit that bit out.
You haven't been homeschooling, mate. You haven't been doing your work.
But I've seen that you've been moving house and you've been decluttering the shed, and the last few weeks you've been busy in that regard. What have you been up to?
A bit of painting. So you have a look at my gear, mate. I've actually still got my painting gear on.
Did you get any on the walls?
Well, mate, I got most of it on the walls, more than my old man. My old man came down to help me out. Brian, he rates himself as a bit of a painter. So I think he's done all the kids' houses. And, mate, he fell off the ladder. So he has spilt paint everywhere. So Kyle's is filthy with him. Kyle's is on her hands and knees scrubbing the timber floorboards for about 5 hours to get the paint out.
Is he okay though?
Mate, he's okay. The silly old bugger though. Mate, paint's not cheap either. He's dumped about 10 litres of paint on the floorboards, white paint. So he's officially sacked. He was sacked on the spot. And me and Kyle's had to get in and finish it ourselves, mate.
Oh well, as long as he's okay and he's healthy and fit and healthy.
He's okay.
The floorboards will recover.
Hang on a minute.
Yes.
The fire's just smoking up again a little bit. Just 2 seconds.
Oh, don't burn the house down while you're on here. Just getting a nice look into Brownie's life. He's got a new fire that he's got with the new house, and he's let it go, and it's now smoking the house up.
Mate.
How'd you go, mate? Did you call fireman Sam?
I nearly burnt the house down. Might be time to get the chimney sweep ring.
Oh, mate, I don't want you to burn the house.
I need a gas mask.
I won't.
Cole's a bit flat. She reckons she's just washed her hair. It's smelling beautiful. Not anymore. It smells like smoky shampoo.
Well, you've actually given me a good segue, because I've seen before, Cos, when you two are alone, she tends to get the beauty products out on yourself with the wax and a facial here and there. Has any of that been going on during the isolation?
The mono brow just gets out. And I'll be watching TV, and the next minute I just get attacked from all angles. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'll just have bits of wax all over me. So anyway.
She is a very good beauty therapist. Good thing that you're on radio these days, and if something does go wrong, we don't have to see you. We only have to listen to you.
Exactly right.
Now, did I hear a rumor that Chrissy Swan cooks you or makes you breakfast every morning? Is this true?
She gets it. She does make me breakfast. So I am very lucky that I've got my work wife and I've got my home wife. And Swanee, she's just a magnificent cook. She just comes in with all this stuff, and then she whips me up some eggs. No, mate, I didn't ask for it. But she just, mate, things started getting put in front of me. So I obliged.
Of course.
And she's a magnificent cook too. Magnificent.
That's exactly what you need at 5:30 a.m. when you're probably rolling in.
I wasn't sure about that when she started to go veggie for a while. She started cooking me up this veggie stuff. I go, no, just can we get back to the eggs and the bacon and eggs in the morning, So that veggie period, I battled a little bit. But anyway, I got through. I was having things like dal and lentils.
Right.
That's hard work. That's hard work at 7 o'clock in the morning.
It is actually. Though I did watch a documentary, the Game Changers recently, which I
saw that.
And that was very interesting to see how plant-based diets are impacting athletes and that they get the extra performance out of themselves on it.
It was very interesting. I couldn't survive. I loved a good steak and a good milkshake.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like something that would be appealing to your good self. We'll wrap it up, but I just thought obviously it's a strange world we live in now, and we're talking hubs at the moment. And what would you be like if you were playing these days and had to go and sit and play in a hub for a period of time?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's obviously the worst. They're planning for the worst case scenario. But I tried to think of that, and I had 3 kids when I was playing footy, and you absolutely would miss them. But you think we've gone on pre-season camps that were 3 or 4 weeks where you're overseas. With technology these days, the way we're doing it now, you can stay connected to people a lot better than you could in the past. So I think I'd be okay with it. But I think it just needs to be a level of common sense. So that I think on a case, we're in the situation where you're in a hub. I think they need to have case-by-case situations where potentially family can come in and spend time with players on certain needs. Like if a player's wife's going to have a baby or it's just got a recent newborn. Surely we've got enough common sense to be able to work around that. And at the same time, if players don't want to go, I think we should accept that as well.
And would you be accepting of that decision if a player decided that was best for them not to go?
Yeah, I would be accepting. I think you'd probably have to question whether he gets paid the full whack. There'd have to be a financial implication for him. But, it's such a unique situation, and obviously it's probably only going to be a once-off. So I think I'd be prepared to do it as a player, even as a father. But everyone's different. I think everyone's individual. And at the end of the day, all the league's trying to do is just trying to help the industry survive, and they're looking at options to finance the game, because the longer this goes, mate, the more we're going to run out of money or the deeper into debt the whole industry gets.
Absolutely. Well, mate, thanks very much. Let's hope that the AFL and the players can come to some kind of agreement, and hopefully we see footy back out there reasonably soon.
Yeah, we're starting to miss it, aren't we? The first few weeks was a novelty, watching old games and coming up with all these lists, top 5, top 10, top 20. I think we're all listed out now, aren't we? I think we're looking forward to getting back into footy.
Hey, Brownie, mate, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me on the bench in isolation. First guest of the show, maybe the last, hopefully not, but if so, that's the way it goes.
It's an absolute pleasure to be on the bench in isolation. It's a dream of mine to be on camera together with my great mate, Frankie Bensch. Anyway, I better go back and make sure my house hasn't burnt down, mate.
There you have it. Jonathan Brown, always a superstar, willing to give his time. Well, hopefully we have another episode at some point. If not, that was the first and the last. But until then, see you later.